What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Welcome to Texas Podcast. Thank you for all the day ones, all the new subscribers, likes, comments, feedback. Thank you so much. It's greatly appreciated. Sorry, man, but feeling kind of sick. Every time the kid goes back to school, germs start coming back. So how's everybody out there been, man? Been a couple of weeks. Then I'm still here. Just trying to stay out of sight, out of mind for the time being. Just doing research and figuring it out. It seems like YouTube and Google are aware of the vulnerability that they have, right? Of people making videos and deleting them. Right? They're aware of this happening, but they also got to be aware of that. Once that video goes up, it seems like other smaller platforms or other bigger platforms pick it up, they run with it, and by the time you know it, it's out there. You're not going to know where every single video about you is at. So you just go after the ones that have a name. Because when I was talking to YouTube, they're like, there's no way of reporting deleted videos to them. Right? There's no way. They don't care about it, basically. That's why they say, oh man, we're covered by the Section 203 or some bullshit like that. That hold us from being liable. Because they don't know, YouTube doesn't know if those statements are true or not. So that's why they say if somebody said defamed your character on the social media platform, you got to sue them. And I guess, doing videos and putting yourself out on YouTube, you sort of become like a maybe borderline public figure. Because you are like on social media, telling stories, whatnot. So you could be considered like a public figure, right? Because you're making videos. But at the same time, that doesn't give anybody the right to malice and negligence to defame your character, knowingly and willingly, right? Because I got months back, right? The last video that they defamed my character was about, it was on his channel with the rat picture on it, right? With the rat thumbnail. It had me in there and in the rat thumbnail. I got the video up on my hard drive. That was like about 2 months ago or a month ago. But prior to that, you could see that I have videos where, if not, he apologized. He was aware that he was manipulating a legal document, knowingly, willingly, and intentionally doing it out of malice behavior. So regardless if I'm a public or a private figure, his intentions were to damage my character, have me shunned, have me beat, have me exiled, almost like a person with leprosy, an outcast. So private or public figure, what he did was wrong. That's why we have the court system, and we'll go it that way. So basically the conversation with YouTube, there's no safeguard, there's no policies in place for this type of behavior. Right? So if you have a vulnerability in your system where it's causing people damage and it's affecting people's lives, and their only solution is take it to the legal matter. Once you have some kind of legal outcome, then come reach out to us. Right? But it seems that you're going to have to actually get the judgment and basically sue YouTube and Google for allowing this type of behavior and not having any kind of safety net, any kind of protocols, any kind of policy, any kind of guidelines to protect the subscriber. Because how is it that a content creator can get on their channel, make false statements on a video, have that video up for as long as they feel until you report that video, right? Because if you don't report that video right then and there, they'll delete it. And YouTube, supposedly, they don't have any kind of a file or recordings of the actual videos. But when I talk to YouTube, they says, look, we do have everything record, but we just don't publicly announce that. You would have to go basically through the legal system, right? If you call customer service and said, hey man, I need a deleted video from this channel, they're gonna be like, hey, we don't have it. But they do have it. You just have to go through the legal process. So after I get my outcome over here, which hopefully is a good outcome, then I would actually have to sue Google and YouTube for allowing this type of behavior to continue, them allowing it, and not having anything in place to prevent it. Right. If there's evidence that this is going on their platform and they're allowing it by videos being deleted, and now I see why people delete their lives or delete their videos. Right? They don't want to be copyright strike and they don't want to be striked. Violating the community. I fucked up in reality, right? Every time they had a video of me on his channel, I should have fucking reported it. Right? I should have just reported it. And that way there would have been a paper trail through YouTube. But now since all the videos are deleted on his channel, I have to win my verdict over here by showing these deleted videos to the courts to prove malice knowingly and willingly, right? Which I can either as a public figure or as a private figure. There's not too much things that you have to do to prove negligence. I can prove it. That I've been shunned by the YouTube community based off these false statements. Knowing that he knew most definitely, because we've had numerous conversations, numerous videos prior to this last month. Right? Prior to the Francisco Martinez. Right? All along, he knew he had my birthday. Right? He knew he had my birthday. He had my address. He had my background. So when he was trying to portray me off and pass me off as Francisco, he knew willingly and knowingly that that guy was not me, based off the birthdays. But YouTube wants you to go the legal way. Once you go the legal way and you win your verdict, then they're like, hey, hit us up with your lawyer or file the proper documents that you need. Basically, it's like suing them. You have to sue Google and YouTube because they're allowing this behavior to continue. Right? I just regret I should have, when he had him on his channel, I should have reported his channel. Right, so now I think it's November 6th. I thought it was October 6th, but it's actually November 6th that the pre-trial hearing is it's coming, right? I got to get all my ducks in a row. I'm, reading the law. What am I? Am I public or private? I guess by doing videos on YouTube, I would be considered a borderline public figure, but not really. You know what I mean? And even then, you expect scrutiny from people. Not everybody's going to like you. Some people are going to have different opinions about you, and that's all. That's acceptable, right? Coming on any kind of social media, people are going to leave you negative and positive comments, right? But what you weren't ready and expected was people to come with falsehood and false statements and false narrative, manipulating a legal document that basically clears a man of any wrongdoing, a no bill. Now, if you want to know why the state gave me a no bill, then you need to go and do your research, right? Because I'm not a guilty man. I have not been convicted of any kind of sexual deviancy crime that I have to explain to anybody, right? And especially now, how can I explain anything to anybody without being blown out of context or blown out of proportion or the truth not even being told? He said some horrendous stuff that he's going to have to prove to where he got this information from. Right? Because there's no legal documents saying that I'm a this or I'm that. There's a legal document that clears my name of any wrongdoing. It's not my fault you don't know how to interpret or read a legal document. It's your fault. It's your responsibility that you could have called a lawyer. A simple Google search would have said, hey, a no bill means this. And then based off of your knowledge or education, if that wasn't sufficient enough for you, you go ask somebody, go ask a lawyer, hey, what does this mean, man? Because you were speaking it as facts, right? Oh, your friends, look at the markings. Look at the nose. No, that's him. That's him. Knowingly, all this time, you had my background, you had my birthday, and you knew that what you were doing was wrong. But November 6th, we'll go from there, man. I'm just giving you a little quick update. I'm still here. I ain't going nowhere. Once everything gets leveled out in the playing field and the truth about me comes out, then I'll be back on YouTube, right? But till then, it's kind of hard to try to win people's minds, right? I'm not a negotiator. I'm not a con artist. I'm not trying to pull a fast one on anybody. So when I win this judgment, which is not really too hard to win, you only got to prove 4 things here, in a defamation. Was the statement false? Did they know about it? Did they publish it? Did I lose anything? Yes, I lost money, emotional distress, my health. So yes, I did lose, right? All those 4 things I can prove. The malice, the intentions. All for what? For me to stay in Texas and to stop talking about the black man or what the black man was doing to the white man in prison. Okay, you got what you wanted for the time being, but at what cost? At what cost do you, at what cost are you going to pay these few months of my silence? Because once it's over and in, I'm going to be able to speak the truth about you, right? And you're not going to be able to spin any kind of false narrative or any kind of false statements about me. But I can be able to tell the truth about you, right? Since I am considered a social media public figure, we're going back and forth, right? It's a debatable, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But when you start inserting false statements in the debate and your intentions were just to silence me, since, you gave me bad publicity, bad PR. So the only thing I can do right now is wait for my judgment to come and see the outcome of that. Because it's not like you did not know what you were doing. You knew what you were doing. Your intentions were to cause me harm, to have me shunned like a leopard, have me an outcast based off your allegations, manipulating a legal document, trying to convict an innocent man. Allegedly, not allegedly, you were saying that I had all these kinds of crimes and hostages and aggravated and this and that, and instead of going based off a document that said no bill, innocent, by the state of Texas. I didn't have to prove my innocence. The state of Texas did it itself. If I was this horrible person, where's the victim statement? A victim statement alone will get any person a conviction, especially on those kind of allegations. Where's it at? I hope you found it, because you're going to need it for November 6th. So it's going to be good, man. I'm not going to, I've been quiet for a little bit too long, but we'll see the outcome. Y'all have a good one.